Hello guys, so today I'm going to talk about what we got on 2.5 and a little bit of 2.6 that we know about right power, right? So there's so much going on with version like 2.5 after a special program and then like wrapper refill of 2.6. It seems like we are entering an era of one limited character per phase. Well, at least for 2.6, not on 2.5 yet. But 2.5 also brought like some surprises, so I want to discuss and talk about it, like some issues players might face, and hopefully this could be like somewhat useful or be listened to however as well. So the first one is rerun banners and what actually could be improved. The concept of rerun banners is nice. We've got like a lot of patches ago, right? Where we got like at least one rerun banner per phase, which is like phase 1 and phase 2. But now that 2.5 actually introduced a new rerun banners, which actually shows us like 3 that we can select, I think there's some improvement that actually could be implemented in the future as well. So these rerun characters shouldn't all be the best in slot, in my opinion, at the same time, because this will ensure like a problem where F2B cannot purchase like every one of them, right? So let's say like for now, what we got is like Kafka, Black Swan, and Robin, which means like there's two DOT best in slot, and then a Robin, which is just good overall. But this also creates a barrier where we actually, if a low spender player actually cannot um afford this, we got none of them. So they need both to actually run a decent DOT team, and they're both fast in slot. You have to purchase like either you get really lucky with it or just somehow purchase something to get both of them, right? Because when they're on this rerun, that means like they probably won't come as a rerun again for a long time in the future. But still, I'm still not too sure about that, but it is a possibility. So I think about these rerun banners, if they actually uh I think a better approach might be like they team it or they actually differentiate the units utility, like let's say a utility DPS and sustain. So let's say a Ron Mei imbibe Turley and Ho or like Topaz, Jing Liu, Locha, something like that. So they have like no barely any synergy to each other. So that actually creates like more chances of people actually collecting a certain team comp that they need, instead of like putting all best in slot in a one banner. I mean, it could sound really bad for Wales because Wales that needs to get like the best in slot at the same time might love this banner. But I think Wales have like less problem with this because they either got it already because they don't really care, right? Or they just, like, oh, I got this and they can ignore it. Like, so I think this is much better for overall players and helping F2B and low spender as well if they're trying to plan the 3 rerun banners thing. And then with this situation that's going to happen to us on 2.5, what to do with your account in this situation, right? This is the biggest problem and the biggest, probably the most asked questions. And I think if I think about this situation, I think you need to like consider a lot of things like your account situation and polling capabilities, right? So, however, I think there's few suggestions that I could make that probably you guys can do as well for your account, right? So there are three types of accounts that I actually differentiate. So first is if your account doesn't have any of these characters, like mainly new players, I think my suggestion or recommendation, I'll say, is to just go pull for Robin, because Robin is just overall a good support. She deals like a lot of damage as well with her ultimate when they're with allies, right? So she's really good in follow attack team, but overall she's just good. You can put her on like every single team comp and she's doing just fine, you know. So I think Robin is really good unit to get if you still don't have any in the banners. And yes, over facial. Okay, next is the second team where second condition, I would say, where you are actually have either one of this. So let's say you have a Kafka or Black Swan, and then you have Robin, but not Kafka and Black Swan, like something like that. So if your account is like that, I think it'll be best if you have Kafka only. Let's say you only have Kafka, right? I think it will be best to actually take Black Swan instead, rather than Robin in that situation, right? So your DOT team actually could work. But if you're not planning on using of it, then Robin is your choice, right? Let's say you have either Kafka or Black Swan. But if you want to play DOT team, then you take the one that you don't have. But if you actually don't want to play with DOT, then you can take either Robin or the facial instead. So that kind of situation is a thing as well, right? But I will really recommend you, if you are trying to play a DOD team, then you take like either one of them that you need. But if you need both of them, in my opinion, just ignore DOT and then you take like Robin or Facial. I think that will be much better for your account. So you're not like dividing your account where if you, I mean, let's say you pick like Kafka only or Black Swan only, they do not function as good as they should be together, and as individually they cannot perform that well as well. I'm not saying Kafka is shit or Black Swan is shit, no, but both of them together is just like triple their power or something like that. They're different when they're together, but when they're separated, they're not that good. So I think thinking like Robin, which is really universal, you can just put it on any team and she actually works. Or just taking facial, you actually wanted DPS would be much better to use on your account, right? And then the third condition is like if you have everything, include like on the rerun banner, obviously not the new one. So I mean, with that said, if you actually don't like the new character, like facial or Lingsha, then you probably want to pull for like Eidolons, or maybe there are LCs if you actually don't have them yet. So yeah, I think that's it, right? So now about team composition. So from the 2.5 banners alone, you can see that follow-up teams are being pushed like to us, literally. Because if you see um from the current situation in the game, like you're given like more follow-up teams, right? So like you're given like March 7, which is kind of a follow-up unit as well. And then you get Facial in this 2.5, and then you got Robin. Robin is universal, but most of the time Robin is used for follow-up attack, right? And then you actually got Topaz on phase 2, and Lingsha actually do follow-ups actually. So like so many follow-ups unit like right now, from what we see on the banners on 2.5 and the current situation. Not just that, there are actually hunts. Actually, Moise as well, right? Moise, whatever you want to call it, right? It's kind of cringe when I heard it on the special program, not gonna lie. But Moise is actually follow-up units as well. So there's so many follow-up units where I see like, oh, there's actually a trend for follow-up attack. They literally giving us like a lot of follow-up unit suddenly, right? Something like that. Also, because they're all hunts, like Facial, Topaz, um, Mose, they're all March 7 as well, right? They're all the hunt, right? And follow up. So they have like a certain kind of path and then the play style, which makes me believe that there might be a future hunt specialist content, something like that. But that's just my assumption, right? So we're gonna move on later and see like if they actually gonna release that new content that revolves around the hand path character finally, right? Additionally, like for DOT as well. So we started from like right now, when I record this, we got Jochu banner as well. So Jochu can be used in DOT team. I mean, it's not best in slot for now, right? Unless you actually pull E2 for Jochu, and then you put like Kafka and Black Sun as well, which is rerun again. If you put all three together, they actually are insane, right? Mainly if your Jochu is actually E2. But other than that, not really, right? But there's a trend as well, like putting you for DOT as well, right? So I think DOT might have certain content that works as well. Like I would I will say like some content like survival or something like damage frenzy kind of thing, like scoring, using scoring based on damage, I think could work for DOT, right? So some content like that. They probably are preparing for it, but again, I'm just assuming that is what Hoyover is planning. Right? So, okay, next point, what I want to talk about. We're gonna go really fast, right? Because it's not like I'm a hardcore in like thinking of this game. So the pattern of rerun banners and new characters, right? They're they're eventually changing the patterns. Where usually like until right now on 2.4, what we got is like not really, not really. Right at the start, you actually get um two new characters, right? Two new characters like started from Sile 1.0 until I'm not sure when we actually first get the rerun banner, and then from there we actually start getting like rerun banners and new characters, right? Like two new characters and then like two rerun characters in each phase of the version. So uh and then it started to change again. Like for 2.5, starting from 2.5 it's gonna change, right? And then 2.6 from rep only from rep only, um it actually changes even more. Because at 2.5, at a special program, we already know, right? We're gonna get like 5 characters banner in that 2.5 because you get like facial, you get like Kafka, Black Swan, Robin, Topaz, and Lingsha. You actually got 6. Holy shit! Right? You actually got 6 characters, which is insane, right? Um, and it actually creates like I don't know, probably some cracks around the players as well, because if you need all of them, you kind of fuck unless you set your priority right. Um, other than that, I think we need to think about how the patterns works. I'm pretty sure about the 3 rerun characters. is actually not scheduled yet. It doesn't. It's not a usual thing. It's probably coming like after a few patches. Then they're gonna give you another like 3 rerun kind of thing. But other than that, not so sure, right? And then on 2.6, from what we see, is like we only get Rapper. Well, on 2.5, we still get 2 new characters, right? Like Facial and Lingsha. But on 2.6, I don't know, it could be their marketing technique or probably preventing from like uh leaks as well, right? So 2.6, they just um reveal Rapper, and then that's it, right? People keep assuming that, oh my god, 2.6 probably only have one limited characters. It will be a long banner, something like that. But I mean, it could be like they're just gonna refill the other new characters, the other limited characters, probably on the special program. It's a possibility as well. So I couldn't say like Repa is going to be like the only 2.6. They're just trying a different approach of marketing, probably. Again, it's just my assumption, right? And then also the Repa banner also makes like people trying to think about a power creep thingy, right? By EOD Gamer as well. It started from there, I think. Uh, they keep talking about power creep, and I think it's possible, and it's probably their way of limiting like power creeping or slowing it down. But again, power creep will always hit us, so it's better to have like a smart investment for your account, right? Unless you're well, you can just buy everything, then you don't really care about it, right? But if you're a low spender or FTP, you probably need to start strategizing on your resources as well, because this could mean like a lot of dynamic patterns are coming to us, because 2.5 giving us too many characters, 2.6 probably give you the less characters possible. So I think we need to be careful about that and be smart about how we're gonna spend and what characters we're gonna pull, because if you pull the wrong things, I mean, hopefully there's no wrong options or choices, right? But again, if you're a new player, you have to be more like wiser your pull on your polling decision. That's what I'm trying to say, because the 2.5 and 2.6 shows us that the patterns might be different on each patch now. It's not the same as previously, like you're gonna get 2 new characters, 2 rerun banners, something like that. Now you get like different patterns. On 2.5, you're gonna get like 6 characters. The phase 1 gonna give you 4 options. You're gonna choose from that, like, and then the phase 2 gonna give you 2 options. Well, 2.6, we still never know. Will it be only Rapper and then 1 rerun characters, like 1 patch for 2 characters only, 1 limited, 1 rerun, or they actually keeping it behind? Like they're gonna release Wrap Up first because it's phase 1, and then phase 2 they're gonna reveal it later on. It's possible, right? It's possible, but again, I could be wrong. That's just my theory, okay? And then with that said, I think I've covered most of the things that I want to talk about. It's probably too fast or probably not detailed enough, but I think hopefully whoever's actually listened to some points that might be important or something like that, and hopefully some of my theory are actually right, and my input on your account hopefully helps as well. So you could actually decide on what you want to pull, what could be best on it for your account as well, and what's coming on 2.5, 2.6. Like 2.5, you literally kind of know, right? But hopefully, if they want to make like the triple rerun characters, they hopefully have like they differentiate the unit. You know, like let's say one healthy, one destruction, one hunt, or one harmony, one destruction, one abundance, something like that. It could be a way as well. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. I'm not too sure if it's actually clear or not, but hopefully it could also help you thinking about uh, your account as well, mainly if you're free to play and low spender and new players as well. Yeah, so be careful, be wise of your poll, because it's getting more and more like different in each patch, right? It's really fluctuative now. Like you can get a lot of banner at one batch, or almost nothing at one batch, right? What will be I think never nothing, but like Repa 2.6, if they only give you one cactus for like a month long, that'll be like that's, I mean, some people think it's good as well because it gives you time, right? It gives you time on savings if you want to pull up for it or not, more chances for you to actually get that actual cactus. But again, we're not sure. I think they're trying to prepare more things about that, and I'm pretty sure they're fighting against League like a lot stronger now, like more aggressive toward leakers as well. So the marketing of Europa might be one of their strategy to actually prevent more leaks on certain characters. So yeah, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.